Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of Two Girls, One Doc. It's your girl. Oh, wow. She knows. It's your girl, Beedy, and Foreign's the fiance is on a hiatus. So today we have our first ever guest. And I feel like this is the best first guest we could have had because she's like the closest thing we could get to Foreign's without being Foreign's.
It's 2.0.
2.0. So wow, new and improved.
Period.
New and improved. So yeah, I mean, like, I literally have known this babe since she was a babe. Like, it's actually kind of wild.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild.
This is big sister number 2. Oh shit, I have 2. Big sister
It's
number 2.
So Foreign's has two sisters. She talks about them all the time. This is her youngest one. Would you like to introduce yourself to the people then?
Hi everybody, this is Melz, the baby of the family, and also known as Foreign's 2.0 because I am the new and improved, the upgrade.
Amen, hallelujah.
Period.
So yeah, I feel like this documentary we're going to do is really fitting as well because she's the one that told me about this documentary. She made this like WhatsApp group, yeah.
Oh my god, guys. Oh my god. Okay, so let me be a testimony to Was it testament? Testament.
Oh, damn you.
Yeah. To why in this life it's very important to manifest. Okay, because I manifested this. I made this happen many months ago. I made a group chat on WhatsApp and I named it 3 Girls, 1 Doc. And I said, I'm part of this documentary. You people need to bring me on. Now look at me.
And now look at me. Just like that.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? We are drinking today and we're drinking some sangria. I got it from Sainsbury's. No, I got it from Tesco. I got it from a supermarket.
A shop.
Are you enjoying it because you just took a sip there?
I know I felt so bad because like we're supposed to taste test.
No, but how? I mean, I've had it before. So
okay. Yeah. I like it. It's sweet. Like it. It's nice. You can't go wrong with sangria.
This is what I'm saying. But sometimes you can go wrong with sangria because sometimes it's not sweet, and then you're like, what do we do here?
Where do we go? Mm-hmm. I would add juice. That's what I do when it doesn't hit.
Oh,
yeah. Any kind of like same coloured juice.
It's a visionary.
Do you know what you got to do? What you got to do.
So we are going to get into this documentary. It is on Netflix and it's called Web of Make-Believe, Death, Lies and the Internet. And this is the first episode of that series. It's called Death by SWAT, right? What are your overall views of the documentary? Thoughts, feelings?
Of the whole series or this first episode?
This episode.
Okay, so I thought when it first opened out, I was like, first and foremost, what is swatting? Like,
right. So you learned. So it was educational. So you learned.
Educational. I learned some new stuff.
I thought it was an interesting thing. Do you know what? Because there's loads of them in the series. And did you watch all of them?
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite ones.
This is one of my favorite ones as well. Yeah. But episode 2, I also think is very, very crazy.
But the last one, the one that's a 2-part, that one was mad as well. All in all, I would recommend watching the whole series. 100%. It's called Web of Make-Believe, Death, Lies and the Internet. But this one, Death by SWAT, we're going to get into it, right? Yeah. So the documentary opens up with this reenactment and some audio of like an interview playing. And so the reason that we're here, the reason that this documentary is a thing is because this guy was playing this video game. And during the video game, like, you know how people do this online stuff, he insulted this other guy. And that guy was like, oh, bet. So he sends a SWAT team to his house. And like we were saying, what the hell is a SWAT team? A SWAT team stands for Special Weapons and Tactics Team. So those are the people who just come down from the roof and they're with the guns
blazing, Teflon jackets, everything.
Yeah, all of that. So this guy's chilling one night, and then he just notices that all of a sudden it's really, really bright outside his house, and it's mad because it's nighttime. So why is it bright? Yeah. So he goes to open his door, which number one, I would not do,
and this is why certain people of a certain demographic die first in these movies, because if it's he described it to like mid-afternoon.
Yeah, he said it was so bright, it was like mid-afternoon.
If it's nighttime, I'm at home by myself and I see that kind of rubbish outside, I am hiding in my cupboard.
I'm praying, I'm repenting, because to me the rapture is happening.
I'm grabbing all the rosaries and I'm reciting them because there's no way. Go outside, it doesn't make sense. What?
For
what?
Am
I going to investigate?
To do what?
To do what? What will I do?
And it's even madder because like he's like, yeah, he goes outside and there's just everyone's there with rifles in it. And the guy who he insulted on the video game basically called the police and was like, yeah, this guy's holding this girl hostage. He pretends to be the girl. So they go full force. And I'm just like, is this not a bit excessive? Like, I'm not saying that it's not bad that he's allegedly holding someone hostage, but is this what you do when someone's being held hostage? You just take a whole
and just run up the
and just run.
Crazy
madness, and it is crazy because it sounds like all salacious and la la la, but like the whole point of this documentary is that it's actually crazy and it's very dangerous, right? So the guy that is being interviewed and the guy that this happens to is called Tyler Barris, and he's dumb because, and you can tell that he's not black, I would say, because he's like, oh yeah, when he goes outside and he sees all these police and all these guns, he doesn't fear for his life. He's thinking, rah, this is mad cool. Like, oh my God, like
that he was able to get everyone here.
Like, rah, one phone call and everyone's here. Like, that's mad. What kind of power? That's what he's thinking. Like, not, oh my God, I could die. All
these police with their guns up in the air pointed at me. Like,
not like that.
No fear.
None. No.
Not at all.
So then we get the dramatic Netflix intro, music, lights, camera, action, yeah. And then we get some on-screen text that says, we live invested in an electric information environment that is quite as imperceptible to us as water is to fish, which I think just means that, like, we're surrounded by tech. It's what we know. Like, we don't even know how powerful it is and stuff like that, right? So now we see this montage of news footage talking about swatting, which is a trend of, like, hoax calls. So basically what happened to this Tyler guy, yeah? And apparently this happened to Rihanna.
Which I didn't know.
I was like, where was I when this happened?
But they were talking about how it happens to celebrities a lot, which I feel like doesn't surprise. I feel like I've heard of police showing up at celebrities' houses like by prank calls, but I had just never heard of the term swatting.
As in it being like that dramatic, thing, as in so that many police officers come in, because not them coming thinking like, oh yeah, you guys are having a party, or oh there's weed there, but you come in thinking like, rah, you're holding someone hostage. Exactly. So we meet our first talking head, who is Brian Krebs, and I'm not gonna lie, like the name Krebs, it reminded me of chemistry, Krebs cycle. Did you do chemistry?
No, A-level? I hate chemistry. I hated chemistry. I'm a physics babe.
Are you? Okay. Yeah, I wasn't really a physics babe. I was more of a chemistry kind of girl, but
chemistry gives me PTSD.
Oh, I loved it. Do you know what it is? I had a teacher that loved chemistry. When I did it for GCSE, I hated it. When I went to A-level, Miss Oswin, Wendy Oswin, that woman, she loved chemistry, and it's contagious. Like, it made me love it.
Your teacher makes a big difference on, like, in terms of how you view a subject. 100%. My chemistry teacher, she left at the beginning of year 11 and never came back.
If she can't hack it, why would I?
Fuck them kids. That's what she said.
Fuck them kids.
And I taught myself GCSE chemistry. The way I scraped and scrambled for that 7. Oh
my God, 7 now.
Yeah, numbers.
Stop it. Okay, for anyone who does, for anyone, you all literally like you. Do you know what it is? Yeah, because I have a younger sister, but she's 2 years younger than me, so we're basically the same age.
It's a whole new generation.
Literally, so if you're 18, I can't possibly be 18 because we're not the same age. Do you know what I mean?
I do feel like we knew that though.
No, but the thing is that, like, in my head, I'm 21. Like, I'm aging, yes, and I celebrate the birthdays, I hear it, but like, when you see someone who's younger than you, who's the age that you're like, rah, like, you're really
at that age.
You're really growing. You're catching up.
Not at that age.
Exactly. Thank you. That's what it is.
I know what you mean.
That's what it is. But yeah, no. So back in the day, GCSEs, it's just like exams in it that you take when you're like in year 11, whatever. So is it when did you say year 9, year 10? What the fuck? When is it?
Yeah.
Oh, and then A-levels is 12 and 13.
Yeah.
Hi God, it's been so long.
It's been a while.
I graduated like 10 years ago. No, I entered uni like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
which is wild
because you're 10 years older than me.
Oh, stop it. So, wow. Oh my God. I can't believe you just said that. And it's accurate. Stop it.
I'm gonna
need a minute.
It's okay. We're twins. You don't know we're twins.
It's gonna look like a baby girl, so it's fine.
Exactly.
But yeah, so back in the day, the grades were given in like letters, so you get like A, B, C, A star, whatever. Yeah. Obviously, I got bare A's in it because I'm that girl.
Period.
But I got a B, but that was in drama. But that's because I'm not a fake bitch, okay? And I can't act. So yeah, but now they do it in numbers. So her just saying, I got a 7. I'm just like, rah, like, whoa.
What is that?
Whoa, like, what is there? Who are these
niggas?
Of
you that don't know, a 7 equates to an A.
Amen.
An 8 equates to an A star. A 9 is meant to be like an A star star. I don't know why they created.
Why do they do that? That's really weird.
It makes no sense.
They're just trying to make people feel bad about themselves.
100%.
Yeah.
But shit, not me. I got it's nice.
Amen. Hallelujah. So yeah, Brian Krebs. That's how we got there. I'm always wondering. So Brian Krebs, he is our first talking head. He is an investigative reporter, and he tells us how swatting started with the gaming community, especially when they lost, because men fragile egos. Yeah. And so and like, because when they're gaming, sometimes they'll do it like live, and so they would see like the police actually coming in live after they called them, and there's loads of footage of this happening, and it's just very mad.
Did you see the bit where one of those gamer people was on live, and then like there's a police officer in the background, and like he's talking to everyone on the camera? Okay, obviously I understand that like it's important to let people know swatting is bad, but in my mind, I'm just thinking like, okay, you've already wasted a whole lot of time coming here on this fake phone call.
Now that we've established that this is fake, don't you have things to do?
Should you not be getting back to the office?
Amen.
Like,
aren't there crimes to solve?
Are there not streets to patrol?
Are there not crimes to solve? Are there not people? Listen to me. As Forenz would say, what did these police do? Is it not just eat donuts and drink coffee?
That's all they do.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So now we meet someone whose lower third is Jane Doe, But I don't get this because we've seen your whole face.
Honestly, when I saw it, I was like, what
was the reason?
BD was like, why are you a James? Your face is there.
I've seen your face. I've heard your voice.
I've even seen part of your bedroom.
I know where you live.
I know everything.
So what?
Just tell me your name.
So what's it at this point? Like, you might as well. As in, you should have. It'd even be better if you just tell us your name and hide your face.
Literally.
That would have been no face, no case.
No,
because
there's the whole case is there.
Actually,
all the details, all the files.
I was like, oh, why are you even here?
Like,
why are you even here? Obviously, like, you know, I hope you're well and everything. But like, why are you here?
Yeah,
there was no reason.
She didn't add any meat to the story.
There was no meat to the sauce. Nothing.
It was, but you know what Netflix do? They like to long out their documentaries.
And I think, to be honest, what they were trying to do was tell us about Tyler from a perspective other than his own, because all they had from Tyler was him being interviewed. That was it.
Yeah.
So, you know, but she basically was his friend, and she basically is just saying, like, you know, he's really into video games. He used it to escape real life, and she uses it to do the same thing. And yeah,
pretty much it. That's what she said.
I don't think we get back to her again.
Yeah.
So we learn about Tyler and that his dad died when he was young, and his mum moved away to Vegas, and they lost contact. And so now he lives with his grandma, who he calls mum, which is kind of like mad. I mean, that's kind of sad.
It is very sad.
So like, I'm sorry, Tyler, that happened to you, but that still doesn't excuse anything that you did.
Not in the slightest.
So now we're with Brendan Kerner, who is a contributing editor at Wired. And he tells us that Tyler wanted to become a professional Halo player. So we see footage of like the live gaming competitions, and like top prizes can actually be mad. Like, some people get endorsements, and it's because of this that people are mad competitive. So like, I know it sounds like, oh, you unique, like you weirdo, but it's kind of like, bro, like, if you make it,
you're making serious
you're
money.
making big bucks. Like, you're making big bucks. Like, and so even with normal people playing at home, like, they chat mad shit to each other, let alone money is on the line. My family needs to, well, they probably don't have families, but I need to eat. Like, I've got bills to pay.
I got shit to pay for.
Yeah, so it's crazy. It's also kind of makes sense because it's like another iteration of Keyboard Warriors, in my opinion, because you shouting la la rah 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 to people.
But
it's like,
cash me outside.
Exactly. How about that? Because literally it's like, you're just through the computer. You can't really throw hands. So you're maybe a bit more like brazen and a bit more
100%. Because did you hear the way they were talking to each other? Like, it was profanities upon profanities.
It was wild.
It was crazy.
It was wild.
You're gonna sit there behind your mother's computer screen. You ain't got shit to say, bitch.
You dumb cunt. Learn how to fucking play a proper character, you fucking stupid whore.
Shut the fuck up. That's right.
You shut the fuck up, you piece of shit.
And I know for a fact none of those boys hit Jim. None of those boys or girls hit Jim.
Bruh.
I know if
Jim?
it really
Who's that?
Who is there? I ain't never seen that. I ain't never heard that. Like,
yeah, it's wild. So we get snippets of that interview we heard at the beginning, like throughout the documentary, and basically someone is interviewing this Tyler guy. So he gets asked when he did his first bomb threat, because he escalated. So I guess bomb threats were first, and then he escalated to swatting, right?
Because what's a bomb threat?
What's a bomb threat?
What is that?
So the first thing he tried to do was evacuate a building. Now, just to clarify, like, Tyler had been swatted, right? Just so that we know for sure. That opening scene that we described, it was him being the victim of swatting. And that is what made him think, actually, I can do this too.
I can do this. This looks fun.
So he started doing it, yeah? And so he was saying that the guy who swatted him also had called a bomb threat into a school. So he thought, oh, okay, well, let me do that first. Baby steps.
Yeah.
Let me do that first, and then I can make headlines, right? And so he tries it with a college campus, and it makes the news. So he's like, bet, like, now I know that this works. I'm that bitch. This is going to be me.
This is my thing now.
Yeah, this is a bit of me. That's how he feels. So while he's making bomb threats, this is a very busy guy. Yeah. One might say busy, one might say jobless, but two things can be true. Yeah.
Two things can be true.
So while he's making bomb threats, he is also swatting other Halo players. So Halo is one of the games that they play. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, okay, this sounds familiar, but I don't know why.
Yeah.
It wasn't no Beyonce. So he brags about the bomb threats on Twitter. And even in the interview, he says, you know, it's the fact that he could do something illegal and get away with it. And he was like unstoppable. It was kind of like, oh my God, like, I'm this evil villain. And like,
it's
no one can.
complex growing because he's
100%.
seen his work on the news.
Exactly.
Like,
and it's like, ha ha ha, no one knows it was me. And no one can know it's me. And no one can find me. And blah, blah, blah.
I'm control of all of this.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, I'm going to say it, but I think it's quite evident from what we've said so far. He didn't graduate from high school and he had never had a job. So this was basically his life. This was
everything.
Some people are going to uni and revising. Some people are working their 9 to 5.
He's calling bomb threats.
Calling bomb threats and swatting. So we mentioned earlier that Tyler lives with his grandma, but we learned that their relationship was actually kind of volatile and she grew to be scared of him, which is crazy because it's like, brother, I'm the only one that wanted you. Your dad, okay, obviously your dad did not want you. Obviously he died, R.I.P. Yeah, but
Like,
your
I was
mum,
the only one
your
who
mum
was
pissed
there
off,
for you,
and I was here for you, and now I'm scared of you.
No, this was very crazy though.
It was weird. Like he was talking about a story where, well, he wasn't. They tell us. Netflix tells us. There's this story where his grandma is like watching the news, and Tyler was like, like, do you reckon I could get this news building evacuated like live on air? And then he does it. And then like
he just does it. Like he just calls up does his swatting, whatever, and clears out that building. And his grandma sees this all happen on the news.
On the news live, like literally as they are watching the news, they're saying, "Oh, actually, guys, oh, hold on, we've got to be evacuated." And his grandma's like, "Rah, like, bro, like, was this you?"
Like I know this was you. Like,
and he was like, "Yeah."
2 gave me 4.
Gave me 4, and he was like, "Yeah, this was me." And he's like, "If you tell anyone, I'm gonna beat you up, and I'm gonna burn down this house."
No, he didn't even just say beat you up. He said, "I'm going to beat you bloody and blow up our house." That's what he said. Like, imagine you're the only person that looked after this child, and this small Pekin is here telling you, this little boy is here telling you, "I'm going to beat you bloody." You know, that is shiver me timbers.
Yeah, shiver me motherfucking timbers. But this is the thing, it's like, and you know how you're saying, like, none of these guys bang Jim, yeah, they are fueled with madness, and sometimes like that's enough.
It's enough. Sometimes adrenaline in.
Sometimes that's enough.
It's enough,
and it's a scary place to be. I tell you.
I don't want to know what it's like to be there.
And again, just to reiterate, your mum fucked off, yeah, and left you. This woman housed you, clothed you, fed you,
everything.
And this is what you're doing. And I don't want to say that a kid is bad vibes, and like obviously his mum shouldn't have left him, but like
where's the appreciation?
Maybe there's something that she saw that honestly grandmama didn't see.
Like,
or maybe it's her leaving that made him become this person. Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
We'll never know.
Either way, there's a chicken, there's an egg.
No,
so
either way, he's mental.
Either way,
regardless of how we got here, he's mental.
He's a madman. So Granny tells her police officer friend, so good on sis, yeah. So now we take a plane, we're in LA, right? And so the LAPD headquarters is where we are, and we are with Detective Edward Dora, and he is part of the bomb squad. So Tyler gets arrested because, like we said, grandma told her police friend about the bomb threat. And so Detective Dora tells us how Tyler's voice matched the recordings of loads of different calls. Because he's like, I don't know if you guys understand, like, it's not like he's doing 1 or 2 calls, yeah? He is
back to back, like
hella calls.
Hella
calls. So all these calls sound the same and they all sound like him, yeah? So he's like,
another thing, I just feel like Mr. Tech Savvy, Mr. Computer Man, like, was there no way for you to...
There was no way. Like, and this is what I'm saying, like, I don't even think it was a thing where like, oh, he's stupid. I think he just could not fathom. It's the God complex, like he said. He's thinking like, they're not going to catch me. Like, I've done this 11 times, yeah, and no one has caught me.
Honestly.
Like, why do I need to... Because to disguise your voice, come on, bro. Like, is it hard?
It's not difficult.
The person that swatted you pretended to be a girl who'd been kidnapped.
Like, you
couldn't do a cheeky voice manipulation.
Like,
you couldn't do it.
There's apps that do that shit. There's software that does that shit.
He didn't even try.
It couldn't be that difficult.
He said absolutely not. So anyway, that's how they find him, yeah. And so he didn't hide his voice, but they say he was able to hide his number, so they couldn't track him.
They even said they tied him to 7 separate swattings, like major swattings in 1 week.
Yeah.
So that is
all over the country.
All over the country. That is 1 a day.
But deep it, yeah. Like, when they said all over the country, I was like, okay, I kind of hear it because America's massive. And like, how long does it take to make a phone call, really? Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like...
a couple minutes. 20 minutes.
And there's 24 hours in the day.
It's true.
And if you're really determined somebody, you can really make the most of it.
And this guy wasn't good. It's not like he was going to school. It's not like he had a job. He really did have all the time in the world.
There you go. And he used it. I don't want to say wisely, but he
used it in a way.
He used it in a way. So Tyler gets arrested. He pleads no contest and he's sentenced to 2 years in the county jail. Right? And so his grandma takes out a restraining order against him. He gets out after 16 months. He gets out at 2 a.m. And I'm like, brother, like, our bus is even running at that time.
You know, I literally wrote that bit in my notes as well. And I was like, this is very, very crazy.
Isn't that ridiculous?
What business does a 17-year-old have being let out on the streets at 2 a.m.?
I mean, but what business does a 17-year-old have swatting and bomb threatening? But then, even if, like, say, for example, he had a lovely family home. So now I've got work in the morning and I've got to wake up and get to you for... I know these prisons are in the middle of nowhere. Get to you for 2 a.m. and come and bring you back.
Like, it's very ridiculous. Release me at a sensible time.
At a sensible time, like business hours. I don't understand.
It makes no sense.
I'm so glad that you picked up on that because I was just like, my brother, it's 2 a.m.
No, do you know that's actually really funny because there was a point last year where one of my acquaintances was
I love how I said acquaintance.
acquaintance. Yeah,
that's no friend of mine.
Gotta keep that distance.
Amen.
An acquaintance. I must have gone to a party and I got like a little bit fucked up, and I somehow ended up coming home without my leather jacket. And so like the next morning, I'm messaging the guy who threw the party, and I'm like, oh, like, have you seen my jacket? Have you seen my jacket? And like, this was a really nice Bershka jacket. Like, I wanted my jacket back.
Yeah. I bought it for a reason.
Literally, he's not responding. I'm here getting annoyed. I'm sending hella voice notes. Then eventually, at some stupid hour the following day, something like 3 a.m, he responds to me and he was like, oh, I just got released from the police station. I was arrested.
Sorry?
Said, damn, okay. You had bigger fish to fry, clearly.
So my jacket was not a priority. I hear it. I apologize.
I apologize.
But have you got it now, though? Where is it now, though?
He's not. I had to replace it.
Oh, but, R.I.P. jacket.
R.I.P. to a very cute jacket. But it was just very shocking to me that at this point he was 17 years old, and they released him at 3 a.m. and it was for driving without a license, which you know all these stupid boys like to do. But like 3 a.m. Like, what are you supposed to do? And it was in some stupid. It was like in East London.
It's in next ends. I don't know, man. I just think them times is crazy. Like, just it's okay. Like, I've been here for however long already. Like, what's a few more hours? Like what am I gonna do? Because in Tyler's case, like he didn't have anywhere to go.
It's not like he had a 9 a.m. to make. Like, that guy is not. It's not a 9 to 5 that he's doing.
He had no one to pick him up and nowhere to. Obviously, grandma's saying, "Fuck you, don't come back to my house." Yeah.
That I wanted to say. I literally wrote yes, sis, because
100%.
a lot of people, like I was just the other day I was re-listening to the I Shot My Parents episode, and all I could think about was like how people be making excuses for kids when they do like very crazy,
like adult shit,
really crazy adult shit, literally. So I was like, yes, I like that. I like that. Take out that restraining order. 100%. Don't give them the benefit of the doubt.
Because the thing is that like you, and I'm sure we only heard about certain interactions between them. Like, I'm sure for her to be scared of him at that point, other things would have happened.
100%.
And it's like, I understand like being there for, you know, vulnerable people, and children are vulnerable and stuff like that. But like, mate, if I have to pick between me and you, like, I'm not sure. I should wait there till you kill me. 100%.
I got to put me first.
100%. So his grandma's like, piss off, don't come back here. But where does he go? He goes back there because there's actually nowhere else for him to go. And it's 2 a.m. It's 2 a.m. So,
and he has no prospects in general.
No, as in life.
Like,
so he stays outside, like a homeless man. Do you know what? Let me not say that.
No, but he said he camped out in the garden.
He camped outside, but homeless, like, just because you're homeless doesn't mean you're out here committing crime. So I don't want to do.
Let's not put them in
exactly
the same
because they're not exactly. Yeah. He's
his own bag of fish.
Thank you very much, because you can be. Yeah, kettle of fish,
Kettle of fish.
You can do bag. You can be bag of chips, kettle of fish.
I'm gonna run with it.
Your sister has come up with a whole.
This is the Melz section of that
let's
dictionary.
Just add it. Thank you very much. It's okay. We can add it. It's okay.
2001 dictionary.
Stop it. Oh, now you have to give you 20%. Fucking hell. Now you gotta give you 20%. Okay.
Yeah, I'm collecting my coins.
But yeah, he's outside. He's chilling. Again, like, let's not villainize homeless people. He just has nowhere to stay because he threatened the grandma who owned the home that he had. Yeah. So the doors are locked, obviously. So he's chilling outside until 6 a.m. and he knows her routine in it, so like he knows that she's going to wake up and open the doors and blah blah blah. So when she does that, he goes in, and obviously this is a direct violation of the restraining order. Direct. And so what happens? He goes back to jail. I said this has got to be this record timing. You were released at 2, you were arrested again at 6. I'm sorry.
Not even 12 hours. Like, you didn't even make it half of a day.
Your cellmate is like, right, nigga, you back.
You back already? Shit.
You back.
Back
again. I said, hold on a minute. So now he's in jail from Jan 2017 to August 2017, yeah? And he gets out this time and he lives in a homeless shelter, and he goes to this library nearby, and what does he do? He goes back to making these calls.
Exact same thing.
And the thing is, like, sometimes, like, to be fair, and obviously this is still bad, but to be fair, he would do it to get paid. And to me, like, that makes sense. Like, you've done something mad, but you've done it for a reason. The reason was you wanted to get paid.
Yeah,
right?
I get that.
But he was charged like $20 to $50 per SWAT.
Well, honestly, you see that.
Do you not rate yourself?
If you're going to put your freedom on the line, do it for a sensible price.
Do it for more than $50.
Like,
I beg. I beg. Rate yourself.
Was the high end. It was 20 to 50.
That means that it probably was 20. It probably was 20 for the most part.
On a really, really good day.
If he's lucky.
50 maybe. Like, for a sensible price tag, come on.
Let's all be wise with our crime. If we're gonna crime, let's crime correctly.
And the
thing is that, like, it's not like, oh yeah, you've never been caught, your record is untouchable. You just
exited prison.
You just touched down.
You just exited
You're
prison.
fresh home.
Like, you're literally fresh out in these streets.
Nah, you're fresh home and you're anyway. You don't want to progress. You don't want to do better.
And I'm so sorry, even the library, do you not know that they track the things that you do? Like, there's CCTV.
Do you know what it is?
There's
witnesses.
Even need a library login.
I think
all the evidence is going to lead to you. All the fingers are gonna be pointing in your direction.
I think, but this is what I'm saying, and this is why, like, as the documentary was progressing, I said, you know what? For sure, yeah, he does this because he likes it and it makes him feel good. Because there's no other reason. Even the small money, I'm sure somebody just said, oh yeah, I'll give you $50, and he said, yeah, go on, why not? I'll do it for free anyway. Let me just go and buy a pizza or some shoes or something.
One like and I'll do it.
And he liked it.
He liked it himself.
Literally on his fucking library computer, he liked it himself. Because that's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying. Like, he honestly, like, he has a problem because it's about him being able to do this particular thing.
It's the God complex, and
100%. You think he was short? I don't think he's short, but this is giving actions of a short man. No, it's giving Napoleon complex.
But do you know what I was gonna say? I went up to, like, just look him up a little bit, and like, never in my life have I seen a man so lacking in a jawline. Like, I've never seen.
Thank you very much, because it's coming. Because it's coming.
Oh,
because it's coming. Chile. Because the thing is that, like, there's no saving that. When you have a weak chin, you have to get an implant. There's nothing else you can do.
No, but you can at least grow like if you grow a thick beard, no one knows what's going on.
But you're gonna see the shit. No, that was a very.
It's true, and I also feel like he just had one, like, a bit of ratty chin hair, so I feel like he wouldn't even be able to grow.
We'll get into that later on, 100%. Trust me, because I had the same exact thought. So now it's December 2017, and there is an FCC net neutrality vote, and I don't know what this is, but from the documentary, it's supposed to be very important.
Sounds important.
I could have researched it. I chose not to.
Me too.
So Tyler thinks, you know what, this is a very important event. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get evacuated. Yeah. So what did he do? Bomb threat, ha ha ha. Understand it? Oh, it's like, bro, like,
you can't even be like, you can't even switch it up. Every time it's the same thing.
Every time it's the same. We've heard.
How many bombs?
And it's so annoying because, like, they're gonna have to investigate it. Exactly. They're going to have. That's why it's so annoying, because, like, you think you're doing something amazing, but it's like, bro, like, you're wasting time. What if there's really a bomb somewhere?
That's the thing. And the thing is, I promise you, every time they're rolling their eyes, like, oh god damn, now we've got to
literally got to do it again. Yeah, maybe they're getting paid per shift. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's. Maybe.
Oh yeah, speaking of paid, I'm so sorry. Did you see where they said it costs them about 10k every time they have these swing incidents? That is really, really crazy.
Taxpayers' money.
No, but do you know what? I'm like, you guys have 10k to invest in this, but to now invest in these impoverished areas, people are living in squalor.
Flint, do Flint have clean water yet?
As in, I don't understand.
Listen, there's just anyway.
There's too many questions for that country.
Too many questions and not enough answers
at all.
In fact, I don't want to know anymore. Let me just dig my head in the sand. I'm tired.
It's true.
We have our own wahala. We have our own. We're running back to our ex. And Boris is going to return.
No. Because I've been seeing way too many tweets about Boris returning. It cannot happen.
I don't think so. I don't think he wants to do. I don't think he wants to work. I don't think he wants to. Like, and apparently you get 115k for life.
Per year.
Yeah.
For life.
Per year for life. Why would you come back?
Why would you come back?
To do what?
I'm getting paid to do nothing. Why would I come back? And
I could be on a yacht in Dubai checking my ass in the thong. Why would I come back?
For who? For what? For why? For where?
So anyway, let's all mind the plank in our eye before we start looking at America's plank, because ours is also doing up madness. Yeah. So so far, fortunately, no one has been hurt. I mean, just besides the tax dollars, yeah?
Yeah.
But there's this growing sense that, like, something's going to happen. Like, it kind of is giving foreshadowing. It's giving, like, okay.
Heavy foreshadowing.
It's just like, this just seems like nonsense and we're chatting, haha, but it's looking like, okay, something's going to go down. Happen. We're not even halfway through the documentary yet. Something's going to happen, yeah? So it's the 28th of December, 2017. And there's this guy called Shane Gaskell, and he's playing a video game against Casey Viner. It's this site where you can, like, win money. Okay? Okay. So during this game, Shane accidentally kills Casey's character, so they lose and they don't win the money. Now, let's give them a minute to guess. Just have a number in your head of how much money you think that they are playing for. Yeah? Got it? Okay.
Because it's money that's on the line here.
Money's on the line?
Everything's coming down to the money.
You've got a number in your head. Great. Okay. Melz, do you want to tell them how much money?
$1.50. That's how much was on the line here. This Call of Duty game, $1.50.
This is what they get into an argument about. Think about, because and spoiler alert, this is important. Yeah, this is the catalyst for what's about to happen. So remember, $1.50.
$1.50.
Okay. So they get into an argument about this, and Casey's like, no, fuck Shane. Like, he's the reason that I didn't win this $1.50. Okay.
$1.50.
$1.50. He's the reason why I didn't win it, and I'm taking revenge. Yeah. So Casey goes, you know what I'm gonna fucking do? I'm gonna contact Tyler. So he contacts Tyler, and then Tyler starts following Shane to get information on him. And I'm like, why did you have to follow him? You could just stalk his Twitter or whatever.
Wait, sorry, can we highlight his Twitter name? SWATistic. Mr. Man. No, because it's because they don't know about IP addresses. Like, if it's like, okay, cool, you want to be taking credit, at least maybe use one different anonymous account each time, but you have your account. He had a
couple different accounts, but Swatistic was and I was like, are you trying to do swatting and autistic? Because if you're trying to do a little, what's that thing called, portmanteau or whatever that thing is called, yeah, portmanteau, you know the one, yeah. If you're trying to do that of of swatting and autistic, don't bring my autism babes into
Honestly,
this. Don't do that.
We're not.
They have
that.
They have nothing to do with
nothing
this.
to do with it.
And they're not out here swatting unless they want
That's
to.
not
And if they're swatting, it's not because they're autistic. It's because they want to swat.
It's because they want to cause problems.
So let's leave that alone if that's what you're doing it for. Yeah. But yeah, that name was very, very ridiculous. Yeah.
Very weird.
So now Shane clocks that Tyler's following and he's like, nah, like, am I a dickhead? Like, nah, fuck this, yeah. But imagine an American accent, yeah.
Yeah.
And so then he's like, he messages Tyler directly and he says, and I quote, okay, because I paused it to make sure I really read it all, yeah.
Honestly.
Please try some shit. I'll be waiting. Okay. So then he gives him his address and I paused it so I can see the rest of the screenshots, right? And so Shane also says, I'll have you in prison for 5 years, buddy. That buddy is so American.
So American.
That buddy is so American. Who's your buddy? Who's your friend?
Your buddy? Is it me?
But I guess it's like when we say mate.
It's true.
But like if I'm angry, I'm not going to say mate, am I? Oh, you know what, mate? Actually, maybe I would.
Maybe I would. Maybe a bloke would though.
Like an East Londoner.
A lad.
You know what, mate? Yeah. You know what, fucking car, mate. Yeah. It's true. Okay, so mate and buddy, fine. But buddy just sounds like.
It sounds. I can't take it seriously.
Yeah, it sounds like buddy.
Oh,
buddy.
It sounds like what a kid would say, like buddy.
It sounds like a cute, like. Oh.
But then here they are, like fighting each other.
I'll have you in prison for 5 years, buddy. Ooh, scary. Ooh.
No, I couldn't take that seriously.
So
the other line where he was like, "Hello, pussy bitch, can you say some shit?" I was just like, this whole encounter, this whole back and forth, is like the epitome of joblessness to me.
I was like, everybody's jobless and nobody has a job.
Because if you were busy, like, how could you? He's begging for more. I just.
No, I'm just crying. You're double texting. Like you message me, yeah, and I'm airing you. You message me on Smoke and I'm airing you, and you're double texting.
You're double texting. Are you not? Why aren't you busy? Like, why is there nothing for you to be doing? Meta. I can.
Yeah, literally, I had that. He's I mean, I say taunting lightly, but he's taunting Tyler, yeah. And so Tyler already has a huge ego. So now we hear the call that Tyler made in order to get Shane's house swatted.
This is 911. What's going on? My mom and dad, they were arguing and I shot him in the head and he's not breathing anymore. Okay, do you have any weapons on you? Yeah, I do. Handgun. Okay. What's your address? It's 1033 West McCormick.
He claims that he shot his parents and so this was actually crazy to me because I don't believe that this is that uncommon in America. Like they probably thought, oh, for fuck's sake. So yeah, they ran over to Shane's address, literally another one. But they ran over to Shane's address, yeah. And so now this is where we find out. I mean, if you didn't already conclude that Shane was a little bitch, this is where we find out that Shane is a little bitch, yeah. Because he hadn't actually given his address. He had given his old address, yeah, which is where
new people live.
Exactly, and those people are the Finch family, and so they don't have any parts in this. Now remember, I'm just going to keep reminding you, all of this is because of $1.50.
$1.50.
Okay. So here we meet Francis Finch, and his lower third is nephew of Andrew Finch. He's like a young buck. He's probably like,
I'd say late teens.
Yeah, late 20s. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Francis tells us that his mum died in a car crash in 2002 when she was on her way to pick up him and his sister. He was 1 or 2 at the time, right? And Andrew Finch is 16, 17 at the time, but he takes care of them because that's his niece and nephew. So he basically takes care of them from that point.
Like, and he steps in as that like parent figure.
Exactly, he's like their dad. Exactly. So that night, Tyler made this call. Andrew had cooked dinner for the family. They were just chilling. It's a few days after Christmas. They have a family friend over. It's just like what you probably will be doing in a couple months' time for Christmas. Just chilling.
Just chilling with the family.
Just chilling with the family. And so outside the Finch's house, they have this like pothole. So like whenever a car hits it, it makes a sound, yeah? And so you kind of know, a car's gone by. Exactly. Yeah. And so that night, they hear the sound once, then they hear it again, then they hear it again. And it's weird because it's like, right,
they just keep hearing it.
Yeah, why are there so many cars coming? This is fucking weird, yeah? And so Andrew gets up to see like who's there. And when he opens the door, there's so many police lights, so many police cars, so many police people. All shining at the house, all just shouting. And it's kind of like, it's hard to know what's being said. It's just like, like imagine. Yeah. It's like, imagine now we're sitting here recording in my house, yeah? And then all of a sudden we just hear, yes.
How are you supposed to single out anything?
You don't even know what's happening. Who's saying what? What am I hearing?
Confusion.
It's just confusion, and it's loud, and you're scared because it's just like, whoa, like what the fuck?
Like very, very shocking stuff.
It's crazy.
And in the 7 seconds of opening the door, an officer pulled the trigger on his AR-15. and shot Andrew once from, I believe it was 67 yards away.
And so Andrew lands with he lands on his face, and half his body is in, this is how he was still by the door. Half of his body is inside the house and half of his body is outside the house. His mum is there, Elisa, and she's kind of like, what the fuck is happening? Because imagine like your loved one goes to the door and you're just hearing commotion. You're like, what was that? Literally. And then you get up to go and you see your son
lying on the floor
bleeding. So everyone has to leave the house now with their hands as if they've done something wrong. So imagine you're chilling. They now have to leave the house, step over his Andrew's body to get out of the house.
And not even just that, they show the body cam footage, and I feel like at this point, what's even the point of this body cam footage? Because they show this body cam footage, and in all the chaos, what was he supposed to do? Like, what is it that Andrew was expected to do?
And this is what I'm saying.
He didn't do, because he opened the door and he stood there with like this.
And the thing is that police can always say, "Oh, I saw him reach," or "I thought he was going to reach." You can think what you like. Is that what happened? Literally, body cam footage doesn't see any, and like you can't see a thing. His hands are up, like trying to shield. It's like if the sun is in your eyes, you're trying to shield your eyes. Like, oh, I can't really see, and you're telling me that, like,
I can think anything. You can be sitting just staring at me, and I can think, okay, your plan is to stab me. What,
did you do it?
Did you do it?
Like, and it's like, why do you feel so? And you know, it's fine. We're gonna get into this. We're gonna get into this later on. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But the whole time that this is happening, well, you waxed that off quick, boy. Here, let me top you up, girl.
Yeah, girl.
Let me top you up. Anyway, we
got some heavyweight in the house.
I said, I don't want your mom to come and tell me that. You made my daughter drunk.
No, but I really like this sangria.
It's nice, isn't it?
Wait, did we tell them what we're drinking?
Yeah, I thought we did. Sangria. We're drinking sangria. There you go.
Okay, good.
Love that. Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
It's really
we're gonna get through this, boy.
Where did you buy it from?
It's Tesco, Sainsbury's. I think it was Tesco. Aldi have a version as well, though.
Okay, I like.
If you're doing a student budget, Aldi have it. It looks exactly the same. In fact, I think I put it on my Instagram before. It looks exactly the same. This one tastes a bit nicer, but like you said, just add juice, it's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, the whole time this is happening, Tyler is still on the phone with 911.
Which I just found even more ridiculous, because I'm so sorry. 1 and 2 are giving you 50 here. You're here outside of this house and you're screaming, you're making all this noise. You literally just fired a weapon. Someone in this group of police officers has just fired a weapon. Nowhere on the phone call did you hear any of that commotion. And the thing is, for a fact you didn't, because the guy was not calling from inside the house. Yeah. This is Tyler calling from his own house. So
you called as somebody who had shot the parents, right?
But you just shot the adult of the house, so
that's what I'm saying. You called as a child who has shot the parent, and so even if Andrew had come out and you didn't know, whatever, if he's a parent, he's alive, very much. If he was the shooter, he's too old to be shot because he's not a child.
So why would you shoot him? Like what? I don't understand.
These people are too trigger happy. But again, let's get into it. So it's 16 minutes after the shooting, yeah, and he's still on the phone with them. Like Mel said, like how. Houseway. How?
Bear in mind, as of this point, 60 minutes after, Andrew is still very much on the floor.
No assistance.
No medical attention.
No assistance, nothing.
He's just there, bleeding out.
Not allowing anyone
to breathe.
Everything that could have gone wrong. That Mary song. Everything that could go wrong, went wrong at one time.
Oh damn! I might be scared for that. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's a tune, but that's true.
It's okay. You can
Everything.
You can add it to the Spotify playlist.
Do you know what? Yeah, I've been slacking with our playlists.
It's okay. I'll be your little PA.
You can do it. Oh my god!
I got you.
We'll discuss. Oh, wow, that's gonna be 30%, Lord. So Francis starts getting messages from his friends. So Francis is the nephew of Andrew, if you remember, whose mum died when he was 1 or 2. So Francis starts getting messages from his friends like, bro, like, are you okay? There's bare police at your house. And then he's not home and he's kind of like, what the fuck? Like that must be such a scary phone call. Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, terrifying. So he's confused and he starts seeing articles about a man being shot at his address. And so now Francis has to learn that like his uncle, his father figure, like his like Ace Boon, like his guy, his everything has been shot. And so his sister, Azalina, she's removed from the house as well because she's upstairs at the time. She has to walk over his body. Wow. And they like handcuffing her and leading her outside with the rest of the family. Andrew has been lying there for 15 minutes, 15, before anyone tried to help him. And the thing is that the ambulance came, but they were told to stay back.
instead of being let to go and help him.
Even if Andrew was a criminal mastermind that had shot his parents, yeah,
he's still
as somebody who is
attention.
As somebody who has been shot and is bleeding out on the floor, you don't think that you should save him, even if not to just put him in jail.
Like, even if not to question him, like to be able to question him and follow due process.
At the fact that he's a human being and he's alive, yeah. When that stupid one shot up that church, that black church, did they not take him to wherever?
Exactly.
When that other one shot up whatever, did they not take him to Burger King, or where was it that they took him?
Oh, that pissed me off.
Do you see what I mean?
Oh, that pissed me off.
Do you see what I mean? It's like, so you understand that this is a human being who may need sustenance. Okay, but somebody's lying on the floor dying.
Bleeding out.
Dying. That's
and
not
you're
what they
telling
did.
the ambulance to stay back, regardless of what you think that person did. And the thing is, it's even more irritating because it's like, as at the point that you're making everyone come out and you're handcuffing people, you're close enough to the house now. It would take 2 seconds to check him. Once you check him and you see, oh, there's no weapon, he clearly couldn't have been reaching for anything. At that point, you must know, okay, we fucked up.
Mate.
Would you not think in an attempt
let's hurry up
let's
lessen this lawsuit,
fix this issue? Literally.
Yeah, it's wild.
But
it's
no.
wild. And they don't even let any of the family go with them to the hospital. In fact,
they take them all to the police station
to be questioned. Can you imagine?
Can you imagine?
So now I'm a criminal.
As in,
So the police now realise it's a fake call, okay? And now they're asking the family, you know, would anyone have a grudge against them or do it? Like, and they're thinking like, no, this doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, this is weird, yeah. And so now it's like an hour after Andrew is shot and killed by the police. Shane Gaskell, that stupid little bitch, yeah, he DMs Tyler, the other stupid little bitch, yeah, and he's like, this shit has me dying. They showed up to my old house. And he's really amused by this. He's thinking like, raw, like, haha, I tricked you, Tyler. I tricked you. I'm so funny, haha. And so him and Tyler are going back and forth about who's the best little bitch to exist, yeah? And then reports come out about Andrew dying, and Shane is like, oh my God, everyone delete everything. Like, this is a murder case now. Yeah.
Like, never mind, oh, we are responsible for this.
Let's remember, how much was it that this is all about?
$1.50.
$1.50.
We're going to keep coming back to
We're going to keep coming back to it because I can't let it go.
I can't.
$1.50.
All of this for $1.50. And it all comes back to that crime responsibly. Like, if you're going to do some crazy shit, do it for a sensible...
If it was 1.5 million,
I'd be like, shit, I kind of get it.
I would be like, you know
it's
what?
Wrong.
You fucked up, but that's a lot of money to lose. What I would understand is, I can understand why your anger was so much that you decided to take vengeance.
Decided to do something crazy, yeah.
Because obviously you didn't mean for this to go this far, fine. But
I would understand why you felt
$1.5 million, I'd be like, you know what, rah, he cost you $1.5 million. Like, I'd be mad.
That's
slap him up a little
money
bit.
right there.
$1.50. In this economy, even in that economy, in 2017, literally, what could you get?
What can you buy? What is it because of a pack of Oreos? Is it Oreos?
Is that what you wanted?
I'm sure Oreos are even more than that.
Fam.
Because now they're £1.30 and the pound, well, how much stronger is it than the
girl? Liz fucked up the pound. Yeah, she fucked up the pound. Listen again. Oh God,
too many problems. Too many problems. Jesus, take the wheel.
Jesus, come back.
Take the wheel
And crash the car. I'm tired. I'm tired. I don't want it no more. I'm tired. So word gets out that Andrew died because of this £1.50, and so now the tide turns. So now people on Twitter who are like, oh my God, SWATistic, like, oh my God, you're amazing, are kind of like, oh, you're a fucking dickhead. Yeah, they've changed their tone. So this YouTuber called Keemstar, have you heard of him?
I had not heard of him before.
Okay, I don't know if he was like your generation. So I've
think
never
he
heard of this man.
My generation, but there's a lot of my generation that shouldn't exist.
Yeah,
and so
that should be doing it. Yeah. Anyway, I didn't know who this guy was. So he reaches out to him to interview him, and Tyler's like, you know, he's not the only guilty party involved. And it's not like you're not the only. No one's the only. You're not the only, but you're definitely responsible.
No, but like he didn't acknowledge any of that responsibility.
He's taking none
at all.
He's like, well, it's not my fault. Okay, well, whose fault is it?
Because he said, well, I didn't discharge the weapon.
Okay, and you know what? I agree. You didn't discharge the weapon.
I do agree with that.
But that weapon wouldn't have been discharged had not for your call. And so where do we go from here?
You hold some responsibility.
At least a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
Like
he's such a, and the thing is that, like, obviously, like, looks aren't everything, but his face is so slappable. Like, it's so annoying. He looks like a rat. Yeah, rodent. Yeah.
Honestly, he has a very rodent.
He looks like a rodent.
It's because of that pointy chin.
It is, and his Anyway,
and his nose.
It's everything. Anyway, listen, I've got words for him. So Tyler gets arrested. He's now 25. Okay, and I've literally in my notes it says he's so scary looking.
No, he is. It's that mugshot of him.
Yeah, I think that's when it was. I think that's when it was when they showed the mugshot. So a reporter does an interview with Andrew's mum Lisa the night after he's shot, and he's like,
I don't really know how to tell you this, but it was a $1.50 bet on Call of Duty Online. That's the root of all this.
Again, $1.50 is everyone
like? Was it really worth it? Was it?
You can look in your couch. You would have found $1.50.
Like, sir, walk down the street with your eyes on the ground, and
you'll find $1.50.
Like,
it's just so sad because when you deep it, Lisa, the mum, she lost her daughter in that car crash. She's now lost her son to the hands of the police. Like, you shouldn't
have to experience that much loss.
You should not have to bury your children.
You shouldn't.
And then, like, Francis, Azalina, you've lost your mum, you've lost your uncle, who's basically like your dad. Like, two fundamental people,
parental figures in your life, like that, gone just like that.
It's too much, man. It's like for $1.50.
And both of them were so tragic as well. Like, it's not like either one was like something that was very much out of your control.
And they were so sudden. It wasn't like,
so sudden and so tragic.
Just one day you're fine, next day life has changed.
Just like that.
So now we're getting into the police because, Tyler's a dickhead, 100%. Shane is a dickhead, 100%. Casey, 100% dickhead number 3, But neither of them actually pulled the trigger. Right?
One person did that.
And do you know who else didn't pull the trigger? 12 other police officers that were there did not pull the trigger. They did not fear for their lives. They were not afraid. They were not threatened.
But Mr. Officer, you felt so threatened from your distance from the house.
From all,
and you see the body cam footage, so you see how far away they are. You can't even
see like Andrew's facial expression. That's how far away they are. You can just see that. And this is what I'm saying. It's like your ego is so fragile. Why are you so threatened? Because Andrew was like a ting. Like, he was a big guy.
But he's very much far away from you. He's very much just opened his front door.
And it's like, he didn't even look like there was no gun in sight. It wasn't like he was holding, I don't know, a telephone. And he thought,
it looked like he was covering his eyes from the blinding light of all
that
of the
you
cars.
Man brought here.
Like,
ridiculous. So this happened in Wichita, right? They don't name the officers when things like this happen, right? And it's like, this is given like police being the biggest gang. It's like, do you know what I mean?
And protecting their own.
And what I think they're doing is that they're hoping that by withholding the name, people will like just move on. And then the statute of limitations on the case runs out, and then they don't have to pay if they need to pay.
Deal with any issues. Like,
so we're told by a talking head that the average shooting per officer.
This was a crazy statistic.
Fam, on average, it's 1 in 1,300 as a national average, But in Wichita, it's 1 in 120 officers in 2012. Now, for anyone who doesn't do maths, because me, I don't do maths, that's 11 times higher than the national average. Is that not madness?
That is so mental. 11 times higher than the national average. What is going on in Wichita?
Why are the police in Wichita so afraid?
Like,
is it that your training is inadequate, or what is it? I don't understand. That's what I'm saying. Like, you shouldn't, like, I don't know, like, it's just crazy to me. Like, why are you so scared? And the thing is, I'm not downplaying what police have to do in the situations that they're in. I'm sure it's a very scary job, but 1, it's a scary job you chose, and 2, it's a scary job you've been trained for. So if you don't feel, brave enough adequately prepared, then perhaps you need more training, or perhaps you need to do a desk job.
Different job, exactly.
Perhaps you need to do that if you want to be in the police so bad. Maybe you should go and write notes, or maybe you should go and whatever. Be a court clerk. I don't know.
Or a detective. I don't know. But it's not by force to be like
on the front lines,
front and center police officer. It's not by force.
Maybe it's not for you.
Like, it's not for everyone.
Maybe it's not for you.
Not everything can be for everyone.
100%. So someone leaks the shooter's name. Praise Jesus. And his name is Justin Rapp. Justin R-A-P-P, in case you want to look him up. So he has formal military training. Again, so you have training from the military, training from the police, and none of which prepared you for a man who's a million meters away from you. Petrified, scary ass nigga. He also has been on an episode of Cops, and there's also been loads of reports on him for using excessive force.
Yeah, that was even.
I was like, so why has no action been taken when there's been multiple reports about him being very forceful?
They literally said that as of September 2021, we learned that he was involved in 2 other shootings before Andrew. 2 other shootings like this one. It's that statistic. They're all him. All of them. Every single one of them.
They're all him. Like, if you take them out of the equation, they're right with the national average.
Lock that man up.
100%. We also get a talking head who says
he didn't follow any procedure, any protocol. He didn't even bother to think that this guy might be a hostage. He just shot him dead, and it could have happened to any of us. So I think that's why the community has stayed so involved in pushing for the arrest of Justin Rapp. He needs to be charged for the murder of Andrew Finch.
Like, Andrew could have been the hostage,
honestly,
in the situation, and then the assailant could have pushed him out as if to be like, you go first. And imagine if that was the hostage,
the real situation.
Imagine if that was what happened. You just shoot first, ask questions later.
Like,
no weapon to be seen. He's not posing a threat. Of 13 officers, only you. It's not like there was like pow, multiple
exactly.
shots.
Then only you. Say, okay, maybe all of them felt threatened. Something must have been happening. It was only you. You're the only one that felt so threatened.
Scary ass nigga.
From your distance.
From far away. So the community are on the police's neck. There's billboards everywhere. They're wearing t-shirts calling for the arrest of Justin Rapp. Now,
naming and shaming him, which I love.
100%. Now, this bit is really sad.
This really broke my heart.
Honestly.
And you know what? I almost kind of felt it coming because I just kept on thinking, why have we not seen her?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Why haven't we seen her?
Exactly. So, Francis, his sister Adelina. So, Francis's sister and Andrew's niece, she dies by suicide. She shoots herself in the head just over a year after Andrew's killed. And then Adelina's boyfriend sees that she's dead.
He finds her. He's the one that finds her body.
And then he also dies by suicide. So someone said, really, they're not just responsible for the murder of Andrew. They're responsible for the murders of Adelina and also her boyfriend.
That's a death toll of 3 now.
Of 3. Because of how much?
$1.50.
Thank you. Okay. So now Francis has lost his mum. He's lost his uncle. He's lost his sister. Like, he feels really bad because I think she was supposed to pick him up that day and he was like, oh, do you know what? It's calm. I've got a ride. Like, it's fine. So he feels kind of bad. And I'm like, Francis, like, if you're listening to this, I'm sure you're not.
You're not responsible.
You're not responsible.
Not guilty.
This is not your fault.
At all.
This is not your fault. This is absolutely not your fault.
It was just so heartbreaking seeing him talk about it. Like, as much time as has passed, you can see how raw it is.
I know. That's a wound that, like, someone was saying that, like, yeah, someone was talking about grief. I saw on Twitter and they were saying, like, you know, you don't, like, grieving doesn't stop. Like, the grief itself, like, the feeling doesn't get any smaller. You just grow and, like, it becomes less of you.
Yeah. And I completely hear that. I completely agree with that.
It's just...
It was very, very heartbreaking.
Because it's like your mum, your uncle, your sister. I'm sorry, like
90% of the people closest to you, your inner bubble.
And then it's like the people who you've experienced that loss with. So when your mum died, you had your sister and your uncle to lean on. Your uncle died, you had your sister to lean on. Your sisters died, like, you literally have your grandma left, and she should die before you.
Do you know what I mean?
God forbid she has to bury him.
Honestly,
do you know what I mean?
Honestly, but like the natural order of things, order of things is that she will go first.
Exactly.
At that point,
then
you're all alone.
Francis, man,
it's so heartbreaking because it's like Andrew didn't need to die, Adelina didn't need to die. Like his mum died before, and that was a really tragic accident. Exactly. It was like Francis and Adelina, neither of them needed.
That didn't have to happen. All of that was because of $1.50.
$1.50. It makes me so angry when I think about it. Like when I think about the $1.50, like it's such a ridiculous amount.
Oh God. So in regards to Justin Rapp, again, so this is a good documentary. I think they tell the story really well, and your emotions, you feel the way you're supposed to feel, but it's a bit of a roller coaster because you go from being so sad learning about Adelina, and then now I'm livid because they don't file charges against him. As in, it's not even going to trial. As in, okay, silver lining, Casey, Shane and Tyler, they go to trial, they get charged, fine, but the person who pulled the trigger
does not go to trial.
So, and the thing is, no one is saying that, like, oh, the other 3 shouldn't have gone to trial. Everybody should be in jail.
Everybody needs to.
Everybody should be in jail. Everybody should be in jail. So how can you charge the ones that didn't
made the call, the one that provided the address, but not the one that pulled the trigger? Where's the sense?
I'm sorry, because it's either you're charging all of them or you're charging none of them. I don't understand, because they're all culpable.
They're all culpable, and in my opinion, I wouldn't even say they're equally culpable. Not to take away from what Tyler did, or what Shane did.
But the thing is that, like, it's like a ripple effect, right? Because Tyler shouldn't have done what he did. Shane shouldn't have done what he did. Casey, whatever the fuck, should have done what he did. But even if they had done all those things, and say for example, Rapp was sick that night and he wasn't there, Andrew was still be alive. This would have been a whole misunderstanding, and would have been like, this fucking crazy thing happened 3 years ago. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Like, it wouldn't be the tragedy that it is.
It's the reason why it's a tragedy is because of Rapp.
Exactly, and yet he is the only one
chilling,
that was not on
living his life like it's golden.
Oh, chilling.
It just drives me crazy. Like, Tyler is charged with involuntary manslaughter and other swatting, bomb threats, all that stuff, yeah? And then he negotiates a plea, right? And so basically he's rolling all his cases into one and he gets 20 years. And I'm like, thank fuck that he gets 20 years. Yeah. But even still, he's going to be out in his, like, late 40s, early 50s.
That's what I'm saying.
And what's he going to do? You're going to go back and find a library and then be doing swatting?
Because this is a guy that never even finished high school.
What's he going to do?
Like, when you're coming out and you're in your, mid to late 40s, you have zero prospects.
And they'll lay you out at 2 a.m. again.
Exactly.
And then how are you going to...
And there's no grandma to go back to this time. So you're obviously going to go back to some kind of crime in, because what do you know? What can you do?
And this is the thing about prison as well, that I feel like what are you actually meant to do? Because, like, sometimes when people reoffend, I get it. I don't condone it,
but I get it.
But I get it because what are you actually? You can't come and say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go and be a doctor now," because one, your CRB check is gonna be fucked, and two, do you have the means and opportunity to go and do everything you need to do to go and become a career person?
No, you don't, because what do you have to stand?
So what are you gonna do?
You spent the last however many years in prison, so you're gonna go back to the easiest way of making money. Which is crime.
And even if you do get like degrees and stuff in jail, in prison, which you can do, yeah, it's kind of just like. What you don't know, you don't have a work ethic,
like you don't know the skills needed to.
It's easier for you to just
office,
I don't know,
sell drugs or something. Like it's easier to just do some kind of crime in.
It's so crazy to me. So it ends with Francis talking about how gaming is like therapy, but the community could be toxic. I mean, whatever Francis wants to do, however Francis needs to cope, that's not harmful to himself or others. Like, do that. Like, if gaming is what you need to do that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I did a little bit of research into rap. Justin Rap, and so I was actually watching it in my kitchen, and my flatmates just ended up getting super engrossed, and one of them actually looked up Justin Rap and showed me an article where he essentially said that if he came across the family today, he would tell them to just hurry up and get over it.
Stop it!
I promise you.
Are you serious?
If you look up Justin Rap, it's one of the first things that comes up, because he said it either early this year or last year.
Stop it!
I promise you. And then the family, the Finch family, are also they filed a civil suit against him, and that was August of this year. Of this year, yeah. And the U.S. Court District of Kansas denied his immunity, but I didn't really understand this bit. The U.S. Court denied his immunity, but then another subsection of the bigger court approved his immunity. So I don't really understand.
Them things are confusing.
Because they have all their state.
They have all their things. So basically, someone said you're not immune, and someone said, fuck you, bitch. She actually is immune. So basically, it stands on nothing's happening.
Pretty much. But the civil suit was filed as of August, so we'll see what happens with that. That's ongoing because they haven't come to any conclusions based on that. It was federal court where he was given immunity, so I don't think he's gonna face any
He's not going to jail, basically.
Yeah, but
I just feel like if you want to kill people and not have to go to jail, just be a police officer.
Honestly, because they'll let you do it
and be white.
Yeah. They'll allow you to do it willy-nilly.
Wild.
Very wild.
But yeah, that's the end of the documentary now. I think it was a good documentary. Like we said, the whole series is actually good to watch. I think you should watch it.
Yeah, for sure.
Them last 2 episodes, and the second one,
crazy.
Yeah. That two. I think the one at the end is a 2-parter. That one is
very, very.
I wanted to do it, but I was like, it's a bit long. Maybe we'll get you on another time and do it. We'll see.
This is not going to be the last time you guys hear from me, guys.
Manifestation.
Oh, for sure.
But now it's time for
the real crime. I think was the beard.
Our segment where we focus on something during the documentary that may not be criminal, but we definitely consider to be a crime. Have you got one?
Oh, my little crime was the price tag. I'm so sorry, the $20 to $50.
That's wild.
That was
rate yourself.
Rate yourself.
Back yourself.
If you're here with this God complex, but if you really think you're the shit like that, put a sensible price tag.
Add some zeros, my nigga. You're literally risking jail time.
You're risking your freedom.
100%. Mine was Tyler's selfies, his appearance, his phenotype, everything.
His phenotype.
He has such a weak chin. I literally put
so weak.
I was just brother, obviously, and this is the thing, I don't like talking about how people look because a lot of the time you can't change.
Control it.
There's okay, some things you can't control.
There's some things that are within your control. You can make yourself look better,
presentable. And I feel like, and I've said this on the podcast before, I feel like if you're ugly, you tried. Do you know what I mean? Because it's there's no reason for you to be ugly.
Ugly is a very strong word.
Exactly. And I don't like to call people ugly because I don't think many people are. But Tyler, I mean, on the inside he's definitely ugly. On the outside, there's a lot to be desired.
A whole lot.
He. And again, on our Instagram, I'll put pictures. Oh my God, I'll put a picture of Melz as well. You can see. Yeah. We'll get into your socials in a second so they can follow you. But he's just
he's very scary looking. It kind of reminds me of when I think of, you didn't watch Harry Potter, did you?
No. Why does it keep coming up with your family? God. Harry Potter opinion. You people, let me rest. For
those of you that are cultured and have seen Harry Potter,
here you go.
He reminds me of the embodiment of a Dementor. If I was to think what would the human version of a Dementor be, it would be him. His eyes were so sunken.
So what's the Dementor than a spirit?
Yeah, they would.
But how did they portray that in the movie?
They
like ghosts.
Kind of like black ghosts.
Why they gotta be black?
No, I don't. That's a good question.
JK,
that's a good question.
Why they gotta be black?
You got some questions, Miss Rowling.
Thank you. Anyway, we know she's got her own.
It's true.
But yeah, so next week, I'm going to be back with another amazing guest while Forenz is on her hiatus.
Not as amazing as me, but
of course not. Impossible. Yeah. And we'll be covering the first episode of Bad Sport Hoop Schemes, which is a very wild story. Like, I love a sports documentary, not because I like sports, but because there's just so much drama.
There's always
it's like Real Housewives. Like, it's
literally
crazy.
It's like actually a men's version.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to me. So yeah, I'll play the trailer at the end. But before then, would you like to let the people know where they can find you? Do you want to be found, first of all, is the question.
Yeah, I want to be found.
Okay, girl. Yeah. So where can they find you? Tell us. Let them know.
Oh, okay. So you can find me on Instagram at... Oh, shit.
What's your Instagram? Check your phone, girl.
No, I know what it is, but they're not going to be able to spell it.
Okay. You can spell it for them.
CHIEMELIEMOZIE. And
Lovely.
you can find me on Twitter at the exact same app. And
in fact, I'll just on our Instagram I'll tag her.
She gonna tag me.
So
y'all not gonna remember that.
You don't even have to write it down. It's okay. I'll do it for you. It's fine. Perfect. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, blah blah blah. 2 Girls 1 Doc. On TikTok, 2 Girls 1 Doc podcast, and on YouTube as well. Subscribe because I'm gonna vlog the wedding, so you might want to watch that. Do you know what I mean?
You definitely want to watch that.
Yeah, so act like it's an option you're giving them. Do you know what I mean?
It's not an option.
If you are still here, give us a 5-star review wherever you're listening. Share with a friend and
share with all your friends. Share with the whole crew.
Even if you just have the one, it's okay. Just share.
Okay.
It's quality, not quantity. But yeah, so that's it. I think that's us for today. I'm gonna play the trailer. I might put some little bloopers at the end. We've had quite a good time.
We have had a good time today.
And anything else? Any last words you want to leave the guests with?
You'll be hearing from me again.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Amen.
And bye.
Bye.
You know we're doing peace salad. They can see it.
The game of basketball just made me really dream big. I was just a young kid in the ghetto playing a game that I loved. I had no idea what it could do. But then I realized I could go places I never thought I would go before. You just gotta go for it.
Headache, end to end. Headache doing it with one. Count it. A spectacular performance by Stephen Smith.
Could you excuse me for a moment, please? To be honest with you, it's like I can't even find the words to explain the feeling, of what I lost.
This is one of the most significant sports conspiracies involving college athletes in the country.
It was a huge scandal on the scale that hadn't been seen in college basketball in a long, long time, if ever.
Headache going for the record.
My personal reaction is, how could you do this? Why would you do this?
Rumors started spreading around the town like they had some sort of inside information.
They've all assured me that there's no involvement on their part, and I believe them.
Oh, shit.
There it is. Who misses?
My goodness. I'm thinking, what's going on with these guys? Are we on the same team right now?
Arizona State is doing everything it can to throw this game away.
We're talking about students who are running operations in the tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And that's when I saw the big picture. There was people behind the scenes who'd ruined everything.
Okay, so what you want to do is lips the mic.
Okay, so like this.
I'm sorry, we're trying to do a mic check. Friends, do you mind?
Okay, all right, you guys have fun.
We will.
Yeah.
Wait.
Why are you here?
Okay, you got this, girl. It's actually good vibes. You're fine.
Let me get my notes out.
Come on, notes. She's prepared.
Prepared.
Also, when did you pierce your nose? I feel like we're actually twins. Obviously,
When did
yours.
I what?
Pierce your nose.
I did it A year ago, September. You know, I did it myself.
Did you? You're a crazy person.
I am.
But I knew that.
Yeah, you did.
I knew that.
This is nothing new.
I knew that, yeah.
I literally, because I was like, I can't bring myself to pay someone else to do what I can do myself.
Well, you can do... Friends did my second piercing.
Seriously?
Yeah, it was in her room.
Oh, really?
It was the day before Liz's birthday party.
You trusted
literally, no, not the day before. Literally, she did it and then we went to Liz's party.
You didn't even want to give that something
No.
a few hours to heal.
Ice, lighter, needle, bum. Done.
Okay, 1 second.
1 second.
Just like that.
Just like that. Okay, so phone's on flight mode.
Oh, yes.
We don't want no interruptions.